I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Do we have any members of the public?
There are no members of the public online.
Okay. All right, so no public comment. We have no presentations tonight. Next is, can I get a motion to approve the March 3rd meeting minutes?
Motion to approve.
Oh, and if anyone want to second that? I'll second. And,
I'm sorry.
and everyone take a moment to review them.
Okay. There's just one spelling thing, sorry. Lavorna, it's not a big deal. It's Lavorna. Just easier for the council thing.
And I read your email twice to make sure I spelled it right.
Maybe I spelled it wrong.
Didn't make it down to my fingers.
Oh, no
So
worries.
Lavorgna.
Yeah.
All right. All those in favor, everyone have a chance to review them? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All those in favor of approving the March 3rd meeting minutes?
Aye.
Aye. Unan? I assume the vote is unan. I don't think I heard Jennifer, but I'm assuming, opposed, abstentions? I'll ask for
No,
all
I
those. Great.
think I have to abstain since I wasn't here last
Nope,
time.
you don't have to abstain.
As long as you
Oh.
read them.
You read
Okay.
them, as long as you believe they should be approved.
I believe they should be approved.
Thank you. All right, so moving forward, sorry guys, my brain is moving slow today. Moving to the item E, the townwide cleanup on April 25th.
So Stacy did the Science Genius, I got
Okay.
that out with the newsletter. Jen did the poster. I've got copies if people want to take some
Okay.
to put them up.
Mm-hmm. Poster looks good.
Yeah. So, I've got the gift cards from Bree for Naples and Fork and Fire.
Okay,
I've got the Wooden Tap gift card.
okay,
And then I think Jen had reached out to Farmington Mini Golf, but usually he just wants a contact.
Yeah,
Um,
I
the
talked
gift
to him and he said that whenever we know who the winners are, and how many, just to reach back out and he'll hook us up.
Okay, perfect. That's what I thought was the case. So, all right. I think we've got a Naples gift card left over from last year too. So depending on
I
Yeah, so depending
also
on-
have
yeah.
a Naples gift card left over somehow. I need to bring it to you guys, but we can add that to the list.
Okay.
Lots of pizza.
Yeah.
okay.
Is there, did these get distributed just anywhere, or does it?
Yeah. As long as you've got permission.
We should definitely hang some in the library. I can
Yeah,
stop
if you
by
wanna-
those libraries.
Yeah, or I can do, cause I'll
You're
pull it
here.
upstairs and I gotta figure out where we're putting stuff at the new town hall.
Okay. I can do the other library.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it says pre-register, but when I went on Sign Up Genius, it was all about, it seemed to me, about where you were gonna pick up trash, not signing up for stints at the firehouses.
Because we stopped doing that a couple of years ago, so now it's because we want committee members to be volunteering at the collection stations,
Okay,
that now it's more just an internal discussion.
so do we just tell you where we wanna be?
We need
Everyone.
to talk about it today.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Um,
so everyone knows that there's someone there.
Should we, sorry, before we move on from the flyer, should we be getting some to Naples and Fork and Fire and Wooden Tap, at least since they're on the flyer? Would they appreciate? Okay.
Yeah. It wouldn't hurt.
You can do Naples, Fork and Fire, and the library.
I can do Wooden Tap and,
Well, I was gonna say, I'll do Naples. I mean, I'll swing right by there.
Okay.
And go to the, Barney Library too.
Oh, okay. And what am I to do, Bree?
Park Market?
I can do Highland Park Market.
Or the store in Plainville?
I can do that. Price is good.
Thank you.
Is that okay to go outside of Farmington with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Stop and Shop and stuff in Unionville? Is anybody doing
I
that?
live right down They're straight from there, so I can do Unionville.
Okay.
Area. What else is there? There's a lot of little businesses in there, George's,
Right.
Right.
they have a big bulletin board in the entrance, and
Sorry, the schools, does something go out in like the Friday folder?
There's other thing, I'll take care of that.
Okay. And what, and do we reach out to like Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts? I know some of them already know, but do they also get like a reminder?
I don't even know who's in charge of
Yeah, I
Girl Scouts
don't know
anymore.
if we've got contacts for those groups, whoever's in charge. It'll go out through Board of Ed. I usually reach out to Ms. Porters. And it depends on when their
Yeah. On break,
long
yeah.
weekend is.
Yeah.
Because it coincided with cleanup last year.
maybe go down to Tonks's Community College.
Oh, yeah.
We probably have a public notice board. That's a good idea. Schools are on Farmington Public Schools are on
Yeah.
spring break next week, right?
Next week.
Okay.
There's plenty of time.
All right, so anywhere else that we need to hang up that the flyer should go?
Well, how about it right here?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Maybe Maple Tree Nursery? The new nursery?
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good idea.
yeah.
Okay.
Especially now,
They haven't
spring is.
been in touch with me about, so I'll double check.
Well, and I can do, if I go to Highland Park, I can just walk through and do the post,
Yeah.
like, I'll just do that little plaza
Yeah.
with Highland Park Plaza.
Liquid Nirvana usually puts community stuff up on their
Okay.
bulletin
Never
boards.
been in there, look at that.
I've never been in there
I'll
yet.
need a few more then, probably.
Yeah, I mean, we can take it, I can always print more.
Okay.
Just let me know, I can.
I think you have to tell someone you want to put something on their
Yeah.
board.
Yeah.
But, I mean, no, meaning at Liquid Nirvana, I think you just have to show it to them. So, yeah, I don't know who else, I'm pretty sure they do. I've taken stuff off the board, so, meaning like,
Yeah.
when people leave their business cards, I'm like, oh, that's helpful. So,
I can make more later, tomorrow, so. All right.
all right. All right. Thank you for distributing flyers. So then we need to, are you looking at what else? Because we've done prizes,
Go ahead.
we've done the hang up of the flyers. We need to talk about who's sitting at the tables. Okay. So we've got the firehouse and IAR.
Mine being in Unionville, because that's where I live, so.
Yeah, I live there. I could do Unionville too.
And I'm happy to do the Farmington Firehouse
Okay.
on Main Street at 7:30, whenever.
And I think you and Stacy said you were gonna do Irving Robbins.
Well, I'm not around. I confess to Stacy, it's a commitment from last year that I made before I was here.
Mm-hmm.
My apologies. But I'm sure Stacy will do. Put her down for that.
I can help cover station in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a baby shower in the afternoon. In Tallinn, so it's an hour drive, so.
Ew, fun.
Wow.
And then so because of that, I talked with the highway department, so basically just leave the tubs at the location, they'll
Okay.
throw them in the trucks, and then I'll pick them up from highway on
Okay.
Monday.
Oh,
So we don't have to worry about, I can drop them off. If I can drop them off at the firehouses during the day, those are stacked at least, or, emphasis, I can just leave them inside the door.
Last year I did, I think the last 2 years I've done Tuxas Mead, which I'm fine to do again. But are you saying that you'll drop the tubs off at the location, or I think last year it was kind of right before, like the day before.
Yeah, I think I remember dropping it off at your house at least once. So I can either drop it off at your house if that's easier, or I can,
I'm
get it
flexible.
there.
I don't have a broken
Yeah.
knee this year, so I can be a little bit more involved.
All right, I can drop them off at the firehouse. It's probably the night, Friday before. Jennifer, if I can drop it off at your house, that's fine. I'll just leave it outside your garage.
Yeah, that works. Thank you.
And Stacy,
Oh,
can
yeah.
I drop off the tub for IAR at your house? Okay. I won't be till the week of. I'm not doing it tomorrow, so.
By a tub, you mean it's where all the things will be
Yeah, it's got
collected?
all,
Mhm.
yeah, so, well, it's got the
Good.
grabbers, bags, tablecloth, hand sanitizer. I will have the tents, I don't have them yet, I'm waiting on those.
I can start off at Tungus, so you've not volunteered at the table. I can start off at
Or
Tungus.
maybe.
So that way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Sign up sheets in,
Mhm.
and then, actually, because we had so many leftover supplies from COVID in our office, I've got all new, like, half-gallon hand sanitizers for all 4 stations.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
So,
all right.
So-
there'll be plenty of hand sanitizer, too.
For the Farmington Fire Department, are you gonna drop the stuff off there?
Yes, I'm gonna see if I
Okay.
can, I'm gonna check with the fire department if I can just drop it off during the day and just
Okay.
leave it inside the door, that way
Okay.
it's there. If not, I can,
And is that where you want, well, I don't know who's gonna come after me. Don't we do this in 2-hour segments or not?
yes,
I mean, I'm gonna be there all morning, I guess, but.
if you can find someone to volunteer for the afternoon, because there's only so many of us, I think,
I used to do it with Marie, but
Yes.
Marie's gonna be away.
yes, because I was with Marie last year.
Mhm.
So if you,
Priya, let me see if Priya, because Priya came with her husband and her son last year to relieve, at 10 o'clock or whatever.
yeah, it wasn't Farmington Fire, it was, no, that might have been 2 years ago. I think I was at Farmington Fire all day last year
Oh,
with Marie.
okay.
You had hip
I had
surgery?
surgery.
Yes.
Yeah. Try to block that. Okay.
So, it's more of instead, because what we used to have was we had people volunteering
Yep.
to be at the
Right.
station,
Mhm.
and it was like a high school student or something trying to do,
Right.
so trying to make sure it's someone from the committee or someone adjacent to the committee whenever possible, whenever possible, so.
Okay.
I have not sat at a table, manned the station in a couple of years. Do we have tables? Because Kate used to distribute tables.
We borrow tables from Farmington Fire and
Okay.
Tungus Hose
All right.
for the fire station.
Okay.
Tungus Mead, we just use the picnic tables.
Okay.
I brought my own.
Yeah, I think IAR is the only one you
Okay.
need to bring a
All right.
table to, or if you've got a pickup truck that you just put down the bed
Okay.
or something.
All right. I remember now, that's right. Priya, hi. Welcome for coming, thank you. I've told everyone my brain is mush, so I'm not talking in sentences. We are going through, who's volunteering for which station on pickup day? Yes, okay.
So I have, we have done the one, near the police station, right? The one in Firehouse.
Firehouse.
Firehouse, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you still at that?
I'm still gonna do that, so do you wanna come and do it?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I'm really sorry, guys. This year I'm doing my fellowship training, so I'm like in a lot of places at the same time. And we have a bunch of, conferences coming up, so, April 25th, Saturday, right? So
Yeah.
I think I should be in
Okay.
town, yeah. the slots are like 3 hours, right? Like,
Yeah, it's 8 to 1, so it's like 8 to 10:30, 10:30.
right, like last time, right?
And it doesn't take you a half hour to set up and a half hour to take down. So if you get there a little before 8,
Yes,
then
yes.
pretty much start packing up by 12:45
Mhm.
and these stragglers.
I had to drop my daughter at the concert. She has a rehearsal at the school. So I was like, let me get to a face-to-face meeting after a while, you know, so.
Right.
Do you have it clearly? Do we have full coverage, or how are we making sure we have that?
Stacy, can you stay at IAR all day? Okay.
And I'll put it in,
That was easy.
I'll put it in the email, with the minutes
Yep.
before the end of the week. Yeah, so
Mhm.
if there's
Yeah.
anything that needs coverage, I can take a morning, if someone can take that, we'll say
Yeah.
morning and afternoon. It's not really morning and afternoon, but I
Yeah.
can, first shift and second shift, if that's what needs to happen, that's fine.
Is there any place that needs coverage?
I think we've got all
I think
four.
everybody's-
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bree and Priya at the firehouse, Stacy IAR, Mary and I at Tungus Hose, Jennifer at Tungus Mead, and anyone, and Matt's not here, so someone, maybe he can take a slot too. So that way,
You can get voluntold.
yes, either IAR or Tungus Mead, because we have two people for the other two.
Okay, perfect.
And let me know too, and like, maybe my daughter could.
You know, I'm gonna rope my husband.
Oh, Evan can do it, yeah. Mhm. Kate is, I talked with her yesterday, she's kind of trying
Yeah,
to make sure she focuses on the riverfront recapture. Or not recapture, that's Hartford,
right.
river access for all.
Yes.
There we go. Okay. All right, is there anything else on the cleanup that we have to discuss?
Just the signs and getting the signs, right?
Yep, I dropped those off at Stacy's house on Monday.
Mhm.
I brought you a bunch. Okay.
Thank you. I was late getting them ordered, and then they came in on Good Friday when we were closed, so I didn't have time to take care of that, so thank you.
Sure, all the stickers are on, so.
And, the Bollywood Dreams is no longer Bollywood Dreams.
Yeah.
No, there,
So I didn't,
So I'm trying to go meet and make friends with that guy, but it's just not happening, you know, so.
so I know you had known someone at Bollywood Dreams, but I know like the ownership changed, so I didn't know if that was the person, so I'm like.
Yeah, the ownership changed, so this gentleman now just owns the store called Annapurna.
Yeah, grocery store behind the mall.
Mhm.
And it was the same guy in partnership with whoever owns, I don't know the person who owns Aura, they were, I guess, in partnership.
Mhm.
But something, and he wants to expand, and he wants to move, he's in talks with somebody else, the Annapurna guy is in talks with somebody else to build a bigger facility, and so he is in a transition, because he wants to do like events, you know, so like a larger banquet hall kind of thing. So he's looking for, so he is in transition, so I asked him, like, well, I can have the grocery store be put up, you know, and then if you already have a name for your upcoming restaurant, then he said, no, whatever he's doing with the property, the other guy from whom he's potentially buying the property, that talk isn't still come to that point where he can make an announcement.
Great.
So I'm really sorry about that.
I think that's all right, I think we've got enough,
Yeah, I
right?
think, yeah, 'cause we've
Okay.
got leftovers from last year too, so I think
Okay.
we're good for this
Yeah.
year, so,
Okay,
all right.
At the end of the thing, we just, fold up the tent and,
Yep, fold
Yeah,
the
pack
tent,
everything
pack
up.
everything back in the tub, put the sign-in sheet in the tub too, 'cause I'll pull them out, that way it's all in one spot. So I'll pull those out, when I get the tubs back, but the highway guys will put everything in the truck, they'll bring it back to highway.
they'll bring the
And
tubs
then
back
they'll
to
take
you.
the highway, and then I'll pick them up at highway
Oh, okay.
Monday morning.
we got the weights for the canopies, or are the canopies in?
I'm waiting on the KDBs.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the PO with, W. Mason, so we're just waiting on that to come in.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else on cleanup? yeah, you'd already submitted the permit, whatever you want, okay,
Yep, I think that's everything.
okay.
Any questions? Okay,
All right,
that was
so
easy.
moving to item F, public education topics and the composting event on April 21st.
The library has posted it.
Library has posted it, you can sign up. Which, they have had 8 signups, I talked with the library today.
There's eight signups, is
They've
it
had
just?
8 signups.
Here, this Farmington Library, here?
Yeah, here. And I now signed up, Evan and me, and we make 10.
Okay.
So go online and sign up.
Is this, have we put it on,
Put it on the Land Trust website.
Thank
I
you.
sent it to the Land Trust.
thank you. I was, yeah,
Facebook. Jen,
that one, yes, thank you, Garrett.
take care of that.
Thank you.
And I, contacted him just to make sure I don't know what tech he needed, so.
And I don't know if I understood my assignment properly, so that's just supposed to be the front screen or the front slide, and then his slides go in. That's what I was supposed to make, right?
He just wanted me to
Yeah.
email the slides, our extra slides to him, but we were gonna, I think your slides look great. What a great design.
So the
that's
first,
your,
the first slide is his cover slide, and then he would put his slides in. And then the second slide was the last slide. Again, I don't know if I understood correctly, but what I understood was, so we're advertising the cleanup day. So when he finishes talking, that would be the last slide that comes up. And that QR code will scan to the page.
Did we say we were gonna do it before, before he starts talking, and then at the end, too? Just in case, like, some people leave, or, while
This
he's
one,
answering questions.
the townwide cleanup slide, or?
I just wondered about putting it, both in front and at the end of
Right.
his slides, asking him to,
This could be up when people are coming into the room, is that what you're talking about?
I feel like his slide should be up when people are coming into the room, right, so they know they're in
Yeah,
the
but we
right
can have
place.
the
And
posters up, too. We could just print those and put them up at the table or something.
oh, okay.
Right.
And, I didn't know, did we want to say where else they could get information about, I did not know that we could do something with.
Yeah, we had talked about putting a slide up for other waste reduction measures.
All the things the
Oh, I see
town's
that.
doing. Check
Yes, I remember seeing it and working on
Well,
it.
I saw that, what
Mhm.
she did, but I was thinking,
I want to guess.
I was trying, and I'm happy to do whatever you guys want me to do with the slides. I was trying to, I was just imagining, okay, you have like 20 people looking at a PowerPoint, and so they walk in, they see this, they know they're in the right place, they know what they're going to hear, and then all his slides, like, the thing, like, where you can get other information was all like how are they gonna read that from? So that's why on the last slide I did that QR code. If they scan the QR code, it takes them to the Farmington page, the cleanup page. Anyway, I just was thinking PowerPoint, but tell me what you want me to do.
So
and
what
I'll
I'm
do it.
thinking is that we want to convey that this is one message, one method of waste reduction. That's kind of what we were working up on the
Right.
description, right, and on the slides? Yeah.
So are we actually, like, almost like an introduction, so are we going to speak before he speaks?
Yes.
So this
We
slide.
want to introduce him.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
slide will be up when they walk in, and then you want a second slide that sort of talks about what waste reduction and this and that, and then leads into
Yeah.
somebody introducing
Yeah,
him, and
that
then
would
his
work,
slide.
yes.
Okay. I can make a second slide, and I saw the information on it, I was just trying to figure out.
That's,
Okay.
yeah, so that slide, a second slide,
Cleanup slides.
in the cleanup slide. And maybe what we do is we have this slide, we have the information slide, we have the cleanup slide. Goes into his slides. And then we close out with the cleanup slide again to remind people who were there.
Yeah.
Okay, because I need to tell him that when I send these to him.
And then the other slide in here, and I can separate them if that makes it easier for everybody. The other slide that's in here is for the May 20th. I know we were trying not to do it in May, but the deep speaker, she couldn't do the dates that the library had, and the library couldn't do the dates she had, and then the only date everybody could do was the May 20th. So that would be like her opening slide. And again, I can make a secondary slide that talks about waste reduction that goes.
Yeah, we could probably use the same, very similar slide and maybe, but take the minimize the recycling component on for this presentation, for slide 2, and make sure composting is back on for people who weren't the composting event, to kind of just reinforce there's multiple methods of waste reduction, and composting's one, recycling's one.
Okay.
And, so we have a date, where is it gonna be if it's not at the library?
It is at the library.
okay.
It's May 20th, and I didn't put it on the slide because if you're looking at that slide, you're sitting in the room. That's, right, it was the first slide.
With the, got it.
That was the concept. It wasn't like an advertising slide. I can certainly make that as well.
So these are educational sessions, just to be clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Will they be demoing and anything?
I don't know if he's bringing materials. He has a slideshow he, shared with me, and then he said he's gonna have some handouts. He's gonna talk about, multiple methods of composting, and also talk about some towns that have a town-wide program for composting, just to discuss that's an option and how it works, and who's doing it. I think Glastonbury and others are doing it. And then he said he was gonna leave about a half an hour for questions.
On the last slide, do we want to put next event?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
For his, okay.
So if we made the last slide could be cleanup and next event.
Okay.
So that way, this one's advertised to anyone who comes to that.
What time is that 21st event?
6:30?
Tuesday, right?
The 20th is a Wednesday, the 21st is a
In both at 6:30?
Yeah.
And the library has the 20th, the May one on their calendar too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't
And do they
notice that.
sign up for that yet also?
No, they have not put any,
Okay.
or not that I'm aware of.
I think they just do that the month of.
Okay.
So, Mary, do you want to introduce our composting?
I could do that.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to also put on there, I don't know, I think it's a sort of a little-known fact that the Hartford County Extension Office for the Master Gardeners is right here in Farmington.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Before I
I
did the
didn't know that
Master
either.
Gardener, thing, it's right up in the Exchange. And,
Oh, really?
yeah, and so if people are into gardening, I might just say, you can give them, questions. Maybe I could ask him to, if he'd mind, just, I don't have as beautiful design work as you do for making the slides, but, of just saying, and if and because he's a master gardener and a master composter, if you want to know that we have the Hartford County's Extension Office for Yukon right here, and if you have questions, this is how you could reach them.
I mean, if you want to add it, if he's not going to do it, but you think it should be added, just send me the information and I can put
Okay.
it on there. That's no problem.
It's not on his slides, but he sent me slides he did from town up in northwest corner.
Cornwall or
Cornwall, yeah.
Cornwall.
Yeah. But it's sort of a cool thing that I think people don't know. I've lived here for, decades, and I didn't know that.
In West Hartford.
Change it.
I don't know how long it's been in Farmington.
Oh, Bakers.
There's a big sign that says Yukon when you pull in.
Yeah.
That's where I trained,
It's like the
I
biggest
trained at
office
UConn.
building.
yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah, aside from the state properties, yeah.
I know where
The
Richmond is.
DeVita,
Yeah, I got that.
270 from.
yeah, this is.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
We were just doing,
everyone-
that's what, I mean,
okay.
Shannon and I were just there, like.
And then are
a week
you
and a half
okay,
ago.
so if you introduce him, then you would be doing those first couple of slides, talking about, okay, cool beans. And then you can just let me know if you want me to do anything different, or you could even add in the notes, right, so this presentation, so this is in Canva, so will I get his slides and add it in, or?
He said that he would, add them to his slides, so they'd be all
His own,
part of
okay,
one.
all right, so then if you needed notes on the slides, then you would have to,
I can,
okay.
These slides are fantastic.
I know, they're
They look
beautiful.
great. Used Canva once to
I
make
thought-
that.
I thought Garrett might say something, because I took the leaves and I kind of looked,
I noticed that.
but they're not really part of the logo. I thought I might get in trouble for that, but I thought they, the leaves next to the Farmington Green.
Right.
It's fine. The amount of time, no one here was on the committee when we decided on, I had so many options for our logo.
Yeah.
If we had a recycling symbol, could I
Yes,
put that in
and-
there? On the one, on the SharePoint? Or something else, we had some,
There's multiple varieties
I
of
did
it,
Yeah.
see,
yeah.
yeah, I saw there were several, so I
Symbol.
I might have
Yeah.
just grabbed the first thing, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, Farmington Green Efforts was someone who was on the committee, had a friend who did computer graphics design and designed multiple options for us.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
Well, you can let them know I added 2 leaves
I like
to
the
the.
The green and the blue, the river and the land.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. So Deep is lined up for the recycling event. We've got the master. Do we need to, should we reach out to Blue Earth that we're doing this event on April 21st?
Oh, since we approached them, and they said, we don't know, I could just call them and tell them.
Yeah.
Or some,
I'm sure
or some
it's
Or,
handouts.
or if they want to just provide us some handouts.
Okay.
They could just table right outside the room, not that we give them time to speak, but if they wanted.
Yeah, I wouldn't plan on, I think maybe just seeing if they want to give us some handouts
Yeah,
for
I think
free.
they've got ready. that they-
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we
Send out.
handed them out,
Yeah, we
That's
had
a-
something
yeah.
last year for
Right.
cleanup day, so.
right, and the year before, I believe.
Yep.
So, okay.
Might have some still in those bins.
Bins, right.
Oh, from cleanup day, yeah, that's right.
Didn't we, or did they get wet? What do we do with them?
We were very wet that day.
Mm.
There,
I
any,
can ask, sorry, Deep, if she has, 'cause I don't know, like, for the recycling, like, if she has things that she brings, right?
Or handouts
Oh,
or whatever.
Right,
Mhm.
mhm.
And when I did talk to Heidi at the library, just to make sure that the tech stuff was taken care of, she said, we can set it up, he doesn't have a laptop, so, she goes, we have a laptop, but he should come 30 to 45 minutes beforehand.
Whoa. Okay,
To
that's
make
a lot.
sure that the tech is all set up before it starts. So I emailed them that today,
Okay.
to see if that was, but he's coming from like Southbury or
okay.
Oh,
bit of a ride. But, if you want to pass that on to
Okay.
the person from
Mhm.
May.
and do we do anything refreshment-wise or anything like that for this?
No.
Okay.
And you did ask her if she'd want to, I haven't seen the library do this, but it's nice to put out books that are related to the
Oh,
topic.
yeah, that's so fun.
Right.
People
I did
are
ask.
speaking,
Yeah.
on a topic, but
I think she should, that'd be great.
Any,
they're closing at 8, but, I mean, people would still have time to check something out.
Yeah.
Right.
anything else on the public education topics, composting and the recycling event?
Just slightly connected to that, I did email you just about the Facebook, is that in the next thing? Okay, just the idea of publicizing this. So, I mean, I think it's great that we already have 10 people, not counting any of us really, signed up for it. When I've been to West Hartford events, they're getting like 20 people to their events, and they have a huge population. you know, well, they had 80 people, I think. Did I say 80 for the recycling? And then I think they just did another sustainability one. They had 20 people.
Yeah, we got 80 for recycling when we did it.
Yeah.
4 years. Recycling's a hot topic.
What's the capacity that we have for the library?
It's over 100, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's quite big.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it'd be nice for us to, you know, to market it a bit,
Yeah.
get the message out.
Mhm.
I know the library does it, and now it's on the land trust, and it'll be on the town, but
Right.
what more we can do.
In the newsletter, or is it just the cleanup in the newsletter, Garrett?
It's not in the newsletter, but we can work with, town manager's office for social media posting.
Okay.
No, it's got the, somewhere.
Right, that it's at the main library, just, I mean, I think it's
140.
full now, but.
Well, so I didn't put it on the slides, because those slides that I made are just intended to be at the presentation.
Right.
If we're gonna do I mean, I can do a flyer if there's not a
No,
flyer.
I mean for the second one.
Oh, for coming up next.
Yeah, no, it just says in partnership with the Farmington Library, but.
I think it's probably fine, because when the slide goes up, at the end, we can say, thank you for coming, this is our next event.
And actually, that wasn't intended to be the next event slide, that
Right.
wasn't
That was
intended
for
to be
something else.
her
Yeah.
first
Right.
slide.
Right.
But I can make a last slide to advertise her.
A last slide, and then you can put the date on it
You guys
and the
know
time.
We now have 4 last slides, right?
Well, so, the last slide was a combination of the cleanup and this.
Okay.
What were the other last slides?
So, the ones I'm making.
For more information was the last one.
Yeah, the method of, so there was one that I'll make for each one, talking about the waste reduction and the different methods of waste reduction.
Okay.
Well, the different.
That one we were gonna put up as part of the introduction.
Yes, okay, so the second slide. All right, let me just write this down. So make a last slide to advertise.
Upcoming events.
Like there's isn't bulky waste like that week?
That's the week
That's
before
the week
cleanup day,
before.
or the week of, I should say. It's the 20th
So it'd be too late
20th to the
because we'll
24th.
be sitting in there
We'll
that
be in the
day.
midst of it.
So upcoming events, cleanup, hazardous waste drop-off,
It's the 25th as well.
it's the 25th, and, the recycling event. Anything else? All right, next is the waste reduction goal, the school composting program. Do you have any updates, Garrett?
Sam, sign that?
Sam?
Hello. Not a
Hello.
lot to report, but we do have the stations being delivered tomorrow for Irving Robbins. And the
All
students at Union continue to work towards a temporary solution for the balance of the school year. They really want to kind of build on the momentum and start doing some of it this year. So they're working on that. But they're also working on fundraising for a composting table there as well.
I met one of the union students at the library, Makers Fair. Oh my gosh, he was like a little tiger, like, he so wants composting there. He was like, it was so cute.
All right.
Anything? All right.
Probably.
So then, planning ahead, because I wanted to make sure that we didn't overwhelm this agenda. Not to say that, we can touch on a little bit of this now. We should probably schedule, one of our meetings should probably be pretty focused on the sustainability fair idea, and how we want to go about doing that, and logistics, and who we want to invite and move forward with it. We also will want to look at what other types of public education topics we might want to do, and how we can expand our social media outreach. Mary, we talked about invasive species, and I know
No worries, I know you're busy.
and then We had a developer has reached out to the town about a solar project development over on Route 6 in the old quarry.
Yes.
Okay. So they wanted to come present to Green Efforts as well.
You mean just not anything to do with development, being on people's roofs and things like that?
Not
They
roofs.
wanted to,
It would
No,
be
yeah,
it would be a
solar-
ground mount.
Yeah, solar array.
Mm-hmm. Be a ground mount solar array. Did we get confirmation that they're coming to May, or?
No, I think they were holding off, but I'll reach
Okay.
out to them just to confirm if
All
they're
right.
good for May.
Because they thought about coming to this meeting, but then they couldn't make it, so. And I think I told Gary, if they can do it in 10 minutes or less, they can come to our April meeting, but otherwise, no, they need to postpone. So and you said that they were, they're looking at like shared community solar.
Yeah, it's something with the community benefit.
Yes.
I don't know, I was not part of it. I
Okay.
got thrown in at the end for adding in Green Efforts.
Okay.
But that's part of it, is there's a community benefit program that's how it's being funded under.
Yeah, there are two separate, just, I can give background so that way people have a little bit of, if they do come to the May meeting. Currently in Connecticut, there's two different programs that solar developers can go through to get incentives. One of them is through for ground mounts. We're going to set aside all the residential solar in a different bucket, because that's not what they're here for. One is the non-residential Renewable Energy Solutions Program, also known as NRES. That program just had its second to last auction. Awards haven't come out yet, and then the last year is next year. So it's got essentially, I'm assuming because they haven't presented to us that they did not bid a project into that program this year. But that one is set up pretty, you bid into, we're in Eversource territory. Eversource and UI both have auctions. You bid in, you tell Eversource how much you're willing to sell them the energy for, and then Eversource is mandated to just select projects based on price until they've reached their cap. So this year, it's a 50 megawatt cap. And then depending, so it's however many solar companies bid into it, Eversource selects 50 megawatts, then they're done for this year. If they don't, there'll be a second auction in August. And then next year, the cap for next year probably has not been set yet, because the legislature keeps playing around with what they're going to do in light of stuff happening at the federal level. And in that case, for those programs, developers have, in certain scenarios, they can bid, there's a cap on the bid price. I think it was $187 this year for, per, I'm not going to come up with the number right now. Anyway, but if there's adders, so if you're a distressed community, which we're not, but those are your environmental justice communities, 100% carport and brownfields. And I don't know if the quarry is considered a brownfield
I
or
don't
not.
think so.
Okay.
Not
All
that
right.
I'm aware of. I can't see why it would
Okay.
be considered a brownfield.
All right. There used to be an adder for quarries, but that's not there anymore. But developers can bid at a higher rate if they're in one of these special categories. And that program is strictly sell the electricity to the grid. Eversource and UI use it in order to meet their renewable energy targets. And for the state to reach its targets. There's no other real benefit to it, but it helps communities because it takes some load off of the grid and it helps keep stable in production. The other program is SCAF, which is the Shared Community something. Yes, I am clearly not, and I talk in acronyms all the time, which means I can never remember the full thing. That program is your typical shared, is what you might think of when you think of shared solar, or so there was a pilot about 5 years ago, and it was set up so individuals who either were below certain income thresholds, or there's two caps. One, below a low income threshold, you can get a benefit from that and then the next cap is a little bit higher income threshold, and you don't have the ability to install solar on your roof. So either it's because you're in an apartment or your house isn't well situated. In those situations, how it is set up is for, and I've not done it on the back end, but so I don't know the whole process, but essentially they pair users with the amount of energy that's coming off the system, and then the people who are able to access the shared community, they get a discount on their bill. So it's not, they're not truly getting the electricity from it, but they're getting the benefit from by getting a decrease, because this is a shared community solar benefit. And
That's like making an investment to it kind of thing. How does it work? Like, how does it benefit that individual?
they get a discount on their electric bill. So it's as if, because they don't have, I have solar on my roof, which means I pay less for my electricity because it's generating, and these individuals don't have solar. So it's effectively trying to give them the benefit of if they had solar on their roof and would pay less for electricity. So instead, they get a discount price on their electric bill.
They're trying to address the,
Do you apply? That's the part I haven't done. So there are companies that handle a lot of like the matching in the aggregation, and I have not done that part, so I don't know the logistics of
I
how
know
it
this
works.
company, you're thinking this company is doing this gas one, this shared.
I don't know. That's if they're saying there's a community benefit,
That's my understanding.
Then,
I got
yeah.
added in just to bring them to
Yeah,
Green
sure.
Efforts to present. That's the extent of my
Yeah.
knowledge, so.
Very interesting concept.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear
It's
them.
we have to figure out the nitty-gritties of it.
what's that?
The
Pri-
nitty-gritties we have to
Yeah,
understand.
and they will hopefully know more about that.
Yeah.
And the other component is the town gets the benefit because there are, like the town because of taxes. So the solar equipment gets taxed, and then they pay their personal property taxes to the town, which, depending on the size of the project, can be fairly substantial, but it all depends on what size of the project they're planning to put in. And sometimes instead of taxes, it's a payment in lieu of taxes pilot setup, but the town gets money just from the equipment being in Farmington.
And specifically them coming to present to us, then, are they looking for us to then?
So I don't know,
Support the-
maybe.
Okay.
So there's a couple of processes. It depends, I'm assuming that they are, so there's two, in order to get this approved, if it's more than 1 megawatt, they're going to send it through to the siting council. So the town has no zoning ability over this. There's no wetlands review by the town. There is no zoning review by the town. It's all done at the state level. And it is a benefit to them if the town is on board when they go file before the siting council. Because what I would do is I would say, if you're on board, will you please write me a letter of support? And then they would and then that way the siting council can see that that the municipality is not going to push back. The other component is developers don't want a public hearing. And if they get too many people filing comments and complaining about it, there will be a public hearing. And that public hearing will most likely delay the process, less likely to actually stop the process. But the siting council is doing a better job of paying attention to municipalities. And there's another process where if and I can't imagine they have enough space for this, but I don't know the exact property. But if their parcel is above a certain size, and it's not prime farmland and it's not core forest because it's a quarry, they could conceivably have to go through a certificate process with the siting council, and in that case, they have a mandatory obligation to consult with the municipality 60 days before they file. But I don't think they'd be going that route. So I think they're just coming to us to present to say, this is what we're doing, please don't object. And will you write us a letter of support? But I don't know for sure.
Where is this quarry?
On Route, you know where We Care Denali is?
Yeah.
Say it again?
Oh, that's what I thought.
Yeah, We Care Denali, the
Yeah.
composting soil mulch facility on Route 6.
It's on Route 6.
You know the giant television towers?
Yeah.
Right below that.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you can see the towers here. Here's the tower. The pictures of the state made some upgrades, and it's not really upgrading. So the tower's right here.
Like close to 84?
No.
No.
So,
So if you're
so here's Route 6.
Where you get on the trail to go up to,
Yeah.
Little Warren's Den.
Oh, near Reservoir Road? Where
Yeah,
Reservoir-
Pinnacle, this is Reservoir, that's the reservoir.
Yeah.
Here's the Main Street interchange.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So this is the Tilcon Quarry.
it's like up this
Has
road.
that been decommissioned, that quarry?
Yeah, they have not been there in decades.
Okay.
So it's really, you've got the television towers here, the communication towers here. This is all owned by the, communication company.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, they own that all. This is owned by the state. This is the Deadwood Swamp you see from '84. The town owns this. We own, we own, City owns that, state owns that. So Tilcon still owns this land.
How many acres is?
23, 29.
Those houses behind the property, are they Farmington?
Yes, so here's
That's all
the
Far-
town
that's
line.
the one, okay.
So here's the pond in Plainville. So this is South Ridge Road, and I forget what road this is, Trumbull Lane. And this is Forest Hills. You're half a mile away. 1,500 feet. And it's,
That's why I love the area. I love playing with it.
It's down too, so it's not, I'm assuming they're just doing the quarry area,
I would
unless they're
say,
coming up here.
So that
But
sounds
you're down.
enormous.
What kind of a quarry was it?
Tilcon,
Gravel.
What's it?
Tilcon, so it's just like they're doing in Plainville. It wasn't as full. So I mean, you've got, the houses up here are at 540 feet, and the base of the quarry's 480, 460, 500. And then there's a ridge in the middle, then it goes down to the swamp, but you got so far away from 84, you can barely see through the swamp, when you're on the highway, even if you saw it. So that's my assumption. I don't have plans of where exactly, but
Mhm.
I don't think they could feasibly put enough here, but I think that'd be, oh,
Slopes are hard.
yeah.
So have they bought this property, or?
No,
they
they're
do it
probably-
for on lease.
Yeah, they're probably leasing it.
Mhm.
So for example, the solar panels at West Farms Mall, all the covered parking, that did not receive any town approval. That went right to the state for approval. Because of the size. This would exceed, I think it's, yeah, 1 megawatt, that's right, yeah.
So the bigger, better in terms of them not having to deal with the town, they just go right to the state.
It'll go to the state.
It's still the siting council process.
Right.
So,
It still requires filing,
yeah,
an application or petition, depending on which way they go, but an application. And then the siting council reviews it. They would still have to get a stormwater permit from DEEP as part of construction, and that has a lot of requirements regarding runoff.
Mm-hmm.
The stormwater permit actually has has a whole appendix devoted to solar systems, because solar caused a lot of runoff when they first started building, like there were silt going everywhere. And then they have to show it's stabilized for 2 years after the completion of construction. And they also work with the Conservation District who walks through the property, and they have to go through the endangered species search, and they have to, basically,
I mean, there's probably not a lot happening there in the quarry.
yeah, there's no species of concern.
Okay.
No, so.
There must be a lizard in there somewhere.
you have the layer.
Yes, I do. So this is the GIS website, everyone can access it from the town website.
Yep.
It's got aerial photos, so these black blobs are the National Biodiversity Database from DEEP. So anytime there's a project in that blob, and they're very general areas because you don't want to be specific because they're species of concern. So anytime there's a project in this area, they have to reach out to DEEP, and then DEEP will give them specific instructions for what has to be done. So for example, the Murray Road subdivision over here, they have to put up a permanent wildlife exclusion fence around the detention basins. And then during construction, they had to have a wildlife exclusion fence. And then someone had to walk the property and make sure there was no turtles inside the fence. And if there were, they had to be transported out of the fence before they started work.
And that has to be done pretty often and regularly.
Did they leave enough space for the turtles to be turtles?
Right.
After saying,
So,
Yeah.
typically, so the exclusion is during construction,
Okay.
so they don't get damaged by the construction equipment.
Okay.
And then for solar, for turtles, we're actually not allowed to put the fence all the way to the ground. There has to be a gap at the bottom of the fence that allows the turtles to continue to move in and out. And then the other construction one that comes up, just for knowledge, is bats. Because you can't clear trees if bats are roosting.
Yeah.
So those are the most common ones. And then there's plants.
Yeah.
Those are the fun ones to deal with.
But again, quarry seems like there would be none of those
None of
things
that.
there, yeah.
That's
That
fiber.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Maybe
So, something useful
Yeah,
there.
if only there was a pond that was sitting there now,
not in that area.
rock.
Yeah.
When you look at the Tilcon Quarry in Plainville on there, you can see the pools of water collecting, because there's nowhere for it to go, because
It's a pretty,
it's rock.
as far as ground mounts go, it's a pretty good location.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
There's no soil, or it's just,
There's East
There's nothing.
Windsor, there's a controversy, East Windsor, I think. there's a
East Windsor.
controversy, And,
Yep, the 150.
one that we got, is being proposed, that's also controversial, so.
Yep.
Because in those cases, they're.
East Windsor is farmland, and it's an expansion. The project is already 80 megawatts, and they want to expand it to 130 megawatts, which is huge, huge. And East Windsor is upset because they feel like all of the solar companies are coming to East Windsor.
I think
So
I've seen that,
our
yeah.
town is turning into
Yeah.
solar, yeah.
So if they put this in at the quarry, is it supplying energy to Farmington?
No.
No.
It's
just
gonna
into-
supply energy directly to the grid.
Okay.
And then
But the people that might qualify for the shared community,
they get a discount on their
could
bill.
they be people from Farmington?
Yes.
Okay. So there is that benefit,
Yes.
it will benefit Farmington residents.
Mhm.
So this shared benefit thing is a reaction or an attempt to, because people who can afford to put solar panels on their roof are basically having their electricity subsidized, right?
Yes.
By everybody who can't afford.
Yeah, so, yeah, the problem with the original system, like totally off topic, but the problem with the original system of rooftops is that if you got in under the old program, you only pay a flat fee of $19.24 if you don't use any electricity from the grid. But as we all know, if you look at your electric bill, you are, more than half your bill now is distribution and transmission. And if you have solar panels on your roof, you are still benefiting from the distribution and transmission because you're not feeding your house, you're still feeding the grid. Which means you need all those wires to be working, but people with solar on their roofs under the old programs aren't paying for any of the distribution if they are not using any power from the grid. So they've changed that program, but there is still a significant equity issue in terms of how
Right.
solar is handled and managed. And they did, the shared community solar started as a pilot program maybe 6 years ago. And only they did a couple of projects around the state to see how they would work. And now, so the non-residential program that I talked about first, that only has a year left. SCEF, I think, has 3, maybe 4 years left because it started later in terms of the timing. And the SCEF program is run much more heavily through DEEP. So they have a lot more requirements on how it gets used.
So, interesting.
Well, great that they're even doing solar. You'd think when you read the newspaper that nobody's investing in any.
There's
No,
Connecticut, there's
yeah.
a lot of solar in Connecticut, and it's actually becoming a problem. As someone who, that's what I work on, is solar project development. But there are towns like East Windsor that are getting not overrun, but I know there was, a former nursery / agricultural, like, business.
Yeah.
Oh.
East Windsor,
Yep, there.
that's all solar.
And they were so this agricultural company was located in East Windsor, Granby, that area, and they sold all of their land, to a solar company.
Yes, the nursery in Granby, right
Yeah.
along the bike trail,
Yes.
closed.
Yep. Yeah. So they had land throughout that entire area. They, and a lot of it went to, one company. Slowly over time and they own it, so they don't have to create a lease, but they still have to get permission every time when they want to build. And it's a lot of solar. And I like solar, but I can appreciate that if you're in one of those neighborhoods.
Yeah. And even if they, planted, pollinator, natives or something on underneath
They
them.
do now, they're required.
Oh, good.
Yep. Yeah.
You don't see a lot of that, I imagine, when you're driving by.
Now, they've actually done studies too that there's been a couple of handfuls that solar can actually be a benefit for agricultural purposes because the solar panels increase the moisture in the soil. So the plants actually do better. Certain plants, I mean, I don't know that you could put, yeah. So there's,
There's still
Yeah.
shade, because it's not heating up, because it's the
Yeah.
same thing as if you've got an area of your yard that's in shadow in the morning, it's gonna be wet.
yeah,
Yeah, I get it.
I can tell what parts of my yard are in shade, because that's where the grass grew, and where it's not shade is where the grass died.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
so,
That's when you talk it out, but it just didn't make the connection right.
so when they come, now you have a little bit of knowledge to ask some questions. And just, and Sam, who's still on, will explain why we're not putting solar on our school rooftops, in that, and I'm not asking you to do it, Sam, I'm just saying that Sam has yet to find a school that hasn't had solar reduce the lifespan of their roof.
Oh, really?
Which is interesting, because I have always been told that it does not reduce the lifespan of your roof, so.
Well, maybe a flat roof is
It's a
different?
flat
It's
roof
a
for
flat
the
roof.
issue, because you're taking a membrane that's supposed to work like a big bathtub, and then you're poking a bunch of holes in it and hoping that you sealed it right.
Yeah, flat roofs are definitely different as far as that goes.
So instead, we can eventually think about carports. And then carports create shade for your cars,
Yeah.
and they don't get hot.
Oh, yeah,
Urban heat island.
a better idea.
Yes, I love carports.
So, yeah, that's the mall, you've got,
Yes,
that no one parks under, they,
yeah.
The big Y's gonna be there, so that maybe they will park there.
big white one right there.
Yeah,
Not
maybe
here.
they'll park,
Yeah,
but
not
maybe
here.
they'll park there for the big.
Where's
No,
I
they'll
didn't
have,
know they were going
they'll have
there.
their own parking lot.
Oh, okay.
The big Y will come out,
Where's the big one?
right here. Grass center here.
At the edge of, the mall?
Yeah, where the grass parking lot is, Stanley,
Oh.
Costco. The building's gonna go here. And then their parking will be out here. They're gonna redo all of this parking, to make it level with the store.
We can go to
Huh.
Big Y together and park under the car.
There's a grade difference out here, yeah, it gets really steep here. But
Oh, that's all.
Yeah, that's all the carport.
Slide down a hill to
Yeah.
get there.
that was
The mall.
5 years ago,
So
6
you
years
know,
ago?
often I go to the mall.
I don't go to that part of the mall, though.
I never go to the mall.
Well, yeah, you come in from South Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here, September 2017, they're building it. Set for
Wow.
March 2020.
Mhm.
Oh. When nobody was shopping.
When no one was at the mall. Big White's going there.
All right, so just anyone have any other questions about solar? Garrett, you'll follow up with them,
Yeah,
see if
yeah.
they're going to attend. And just to circle back, Kimberly, do you have some time after the meeting to talk to me about social media? And I can see about getting you set up. Okay. And,
I just want to
Yeah.
add about invasive species.
Yes.
I just heard a presentation from a man named Peter Pacone today, who's with DEP.
Oh,
I
yeah,
believe.
yeah, I know him, yeah. Great.
And he was fantastic.
Yeah.
So he might be somebody that we get to come talk to us.
Okay.
He's he works at Sessions. He's a state,
Yeah.
biologist. Actually, I just emailed him today.
and I'm going to email you and set up a time to go for a walk. 'Cause I liked I'm like, that would be perfect. I can walk and talk about invasives. And I was admiring, I'm walking the path. I live in Westview Terrace, and there's a path that cuts through at the cul-de-sac to go to West District Road. That's a New Horizons path.
No?
And there is so much Japanese knotweed.
Oh, no.
I'm
Yeah.
worried about the carrier development, because it's right there, the one on West District, if it's gonna spread.
Oh,
It's right there.
Pretty, pretty tough stuff.
Amazing.
West District Road.
No, I know.
I've been
Okay.
working
I'm
for
sorry.
3 years.
For some reason, I don't know if it's a
Getting rid of
delay
all of our property
between
that's right down to the river.
Oh,
TV and the computer
Mhm.
or what, but it's really like,
things, from him and some other
I know where
Yeah,
I'm
well, that's what
going.
he was talking to.
So Patty, while we're here to that, so in terms of the, sustainability fair, it sounds like you want to talk about it on May 5th in that meeting.
Yeah.
Would it be helpful or beneficial if I wrote down, like, I have so many notes and thoughts and ideas?
Yes, do you want to present to the committee?
Yeah, I don't know
About
if
the
anybody else has any other
Yeah.
ideas, but I have a ton,
Mhm.
and I could maybe start the ball rolling.
Yes, that sounds perfect. Yes.
All right, so I'll put together something, and I'll send it out in advance, so everybody can look at it. We haven't scheduled
We
it
haven't
yet.
yet.
It's just
No, we're
something
gonna
we
talk
wanted.
about it at the next meeting.
Yeah. So I'll send everybody out the, sort of an outline of ideas, and at least, and then I can come and talk about it at the meeting, and then we can just all brainstorm from there.
So should I be prepared in next meeting to talk about, I can talk about it in 10 minutes, the project, or will there not be time? Might not
About
be.
invasive species.
Why don't you and I talk, and then we can figure out, but yeah, we can, 10 minutes, we can make time.
Okay.
And then, because that way the committee, because I think the next meeting, I think, well, we can talk about the invasive species project, we can talk about the sustainability fair, and I think kind of plan out next steps, because I think so it's not,
I may have something on Zoom because I think I'll be traveling for the
Okay.
conference that week.
okay, that'll be fine.
It's a
May
Tuesday, May 5th.
Tuesday, yeah. I think I'll be out in Texas that time, yeah.
I did meet someone from the Avon Land Trust who said, if you're gonna do a
Okay, if I left because I have to pick
Yes.
up my daughter
Yes,
from
go
the
ahead.
conference.
Thank you, Priya. Yep.
I met one from the Avon Land Trust, and,
Nice meeting all of you. I'll see you at the, townwide thing.
Yeah.
Good night.
she said if you were planning a sustainability fair, maybe Avon will do it with you.
I think it's a good idea to partner, because
Yeah, I think.
having connections, because obviously, I'm assuming we'll have the land trust there as well.
Mhm.
Partnering with other organizations doesn't hurt.
Do we have any idea when this might be?
No.
No.
Figure that
No,
out
that's what we'll
today.
talk about in May. Yes.
Another meeting.
So, the path
The
that goes.
path to New
Yep.
Horizons,
Uh-huh.
or, yeah.
And it is pretty much from the cul-de-sac and Westview Terrace all the way about halfway down. That is all Japanese knotweed.
I think that's ours.
Mm-hmm.
And spreads for all of our equipment, too.
And I live, across so I'm just looking at it. I'm like still 5 houses away, and I'm like, oh, goodness.
I don't know, New
Well, that's
Horizons
one of
owns
the
that.
things that Peter Pacone talked about.
Mm-hmm.
New Horizons owns that,
I know they
That
do.
sidewalk.
Yeah, they do.
yeah. I didn't know if it was ours for some reason.
No, yeah, no, New Horizons owns that one little strip, and it's signed that they own it, but
Yeah.
it's like, so the path, and then I first noticed it at the last year. And it was probably about 5 to 8 feet north of it probably extended 5 to 8 feet north of that path. And I looked at it, I'm like, man, it's just gonna spread into that disturbed land.
Oh, wow.
In England,
So that's the path?
Yeah.
Yeah.
in England, you couldn't sell your house if you had.
I know, yep. Mhm.
So bad.
It's so foundations.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
Mhm.
Does the land trust in Farmington go out and do stuff with it?
We have someone who's in charge, because I'm on the board, but I'm not on that committee. There's a woman who's Barb Nicholson, who's former professor at CCSU, has been working on some invasive ideas, currently working on the Coles parcel with, the mugwort. Yes.
Oh.
I'm like,
To her too.
I'm like, I can see the plant. But we've worked with specialists to try to figure out how to address the invasive on the land trust property.
Expensive.
It's so expensive, so
yeah.
expensive, so.
We do,
We can,
when we can, we do work with developers.
Yeah.
Once the equipment's on site, it's hard to, but, you know, with like some redevelopment projects, we've had people come up with, especially with wetlands, 'cause that's mainly the wetlands purview.
Yeah.
We've had people have to do invasive removal as part of their, so the
Can you make
former-
them do invasive removal in other parts of
Right.
town, just?
so the old Surf Pro across from the highway garage, they think there's like actually that company that moved in there does solar installations. I think there's like one knotweed vine that's like almost as big as a tree trunk. So they're gonna be removing that as part of their
knotweed or
redevelopment.
bittersweet?
Bittersweet is.
Bittersweet, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yes.
Yes,
Bittersweet's easier to get rid
Bittersweet's
of
the vine, yes.
than knotweed.
yes, knotweed's like bamboo.
Mhm.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
I meant yeah, so
Yeah.
bittersweet, it's pretty bad, so they're gonna remove.
Oh, there's so much bittersweet
Yeah.
along the trails. I just cringe. The bittersweet, the mugwort.
Keep hacking it. We're
Yeah,
gonna
I
go
think-
out and get some things.
UConn was doing a project in Canton, opposite the pollinator tree. I don't know who was doing it, I just remember seeing the signs last
The
summer.
There's Master Gardener Group that is doing the Collinsville Pollen Trail. They're
Yeah.
10 years old this year.
Yeah, I know that, but I know the
Volunteered with
opposite,
them.
there was signs for, they were trying to control them, I think it was knotweed or bit, I don't remember.
Knotweed
Yeah.
and now they're gonna try to tackle some mugwort.
But
Yeah.
we will talk about invasive and the sustainability fair, and our next meeting is May
May
5th. Does anyone have anything else? And I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.